Watch what's approaching, the supreme moment. Reality striking closer than it seems, don't it? Go ahead, it's for the taking if you want it. If not, the dream dies and you'll be forever haunted. Then confront it.
What's good? We already knew the schedule a few weeks ago with the V-Jump scan, I believe it was, when they kind of teased the Kaioken Blue Goku coming out. But now that it's officially announced on JP's side, we can get pretty excited about it and just quickly forget about the lackluster content in Saiyan, even though the banner itself was pretty good. And the free-to-play LR Team Bardock was, actually pretty interesting. I think overall it was certainly a pretty dry period, and we've been waiting for stuff to drop. So luckily, JP, we will be getting the Kaioken Blue Goku, but the real highlight with this is the fact that Bergamo is finally getting the Dokkan Awakening on JP, as well as the Dokkan Awaken for the Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta units, which are phenomenal units. And now that we have Extreme Super Battle Road, I think they're going to be very beneficial, all three of them, to test out and see how they do. But let's just go ahead and cover the stats for the Kaioken Blue Goku, which is actually a pretty good unit, and pretty phenomenal to say the least as well. I mean, you've got the ability to greatly raise attack with the super attack, along with causing immense damage as well. I think outside of that, that's pretty much it. I don't think there's any status effect impacts on the super attack, but he is a Universe 7 and Universe Survival Saga lead, where it's Ki plus 3 HP increase of 130% and attack and defense increase of 170%. He does have an active skill, and a lot of us already are aware of this, so it's pretty much more or less a review session, but a pretty decent attack and defense boost, 59% flat out, and then for every attack received you get up to 59% max toward attack and defense as well. And then once the upon activating the super attack, and if HP is 59% or below, one time only, additional 59%, and effective attacks against all types. And then the active skill condition is, of course, you have to have HP 59% or below, and then you've got to have at least 3 units on the Universe 7 category, which isn't too bad. You can make shift, make do with that with the combination. You have the, again, your Universe Survival Saga and the Universe 7 lead, category lead with this guy, so it should be somewhat maintainable. I mean, in terms of like the category listings, you have Universe 7, Universe Survival, Realm of God, Pure Saiyans, Full Power, Goku's Family, Kamehameha, Master and Student Bond, and then the Last Resort. So the Last Resort is obviously one that only exists in JP because that category came about with the 5-year anniversary units. So it'll be interesting to see how this guy does on that category. Now, let's just go ahead and skip to the ones I'm actually, to be perfectly honest, a little bit more excited about. This one is going to be pretty amazing, especially with the types of events that are out on JP right now. And considering how old this unit is, and he finally got a Dokkan Awaken along with the Vegeta unit, it's going to be great to test this guy out. I think a lot of us probably have him rainbowed, if not a couple of dupes unlocked. So the super attack ability is pretty nice, where you do have the ability to raise attack and defense. Outside of that, it's basically just causing supreme damage. The real nice thing about that, along with the Kaioken mechanic unit this guy has, the passive skill, you have the ability to increase attack and defense by 20% for every key sphere obtained. However, if it's every physical type key sphere, you get an additional attack and defense increase of 10%. And this unit does have the key changing ability, where he will be able to change one type of key into a physical type, so it's going to be pretty nice. Again, the attack, both the attack and defense, can substantially increase depending on how much key you obtained per rotation. So this guy could be a pretty good asset to have in tough battle settings like Super Battle Road and whatnot. So the leaks are pretty straightforward. It's not overly complicated. We don't really need to go into that. But yeah, this guy is definitely one that I've been waiting for a Dokkan Awaken a very long time, and I'm glad it's actually happening. Now let's move on to the TEQ Vegeta, Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta unit. This guy's also pretty amazing. I keep using that word, but these Dokkan Awakens aren't a joke. I mean, they really came through with it, and this guy has the same structure, attack and defense increase for every super attack, causes supreme damage as well. you know, the categories for these guys, they do have, like, this guy, Vegeta has the Rivals category lead, whereas Goku has the Master and Student Bond, I believe. So, again, pretty similar to Goku, where for every Key of Sphere obtained, attack and defense increase 20%, and then if it's every Tech Key Sphere obtained, you do get the ability for an additional 10% toward attack and defense as well. Also, Key Changer with one type of key into the Tech type, so pretty solid unit. I would probably run them. I mean, you could run them on the same rotation, but just to get the same type of key for each unit, I would probably end up running them, you know, in the off rotations against each other. That way you don't really have a conflict of interest with the type of key you're wanting. And we're saving the best for last. This guy is obviously going to be nuts. I think Global, you guys have enjoyed this quite a bit. We had to wait a little bit. I think for Global, this guy got the Dokkan Awaken probably around Christmas, if I remember correctly. But man, did they make him pretty damn good with the Dokkan Awaken. And, you know, we'll just go to Super Attack first. But the Super Attack does cause supreme damage. But the good thing about it is, with that as well, for 9 turns, defense will increase by 30%. So with that being said, just from the super attack alone, and also some of the skill sets built in from the passive, probably a little heavier focus on additional attack might be beneficial to do. Crits, I mean, that's fine. I mean, chances are like 14-12 distribution, 14 additional attack, 12 criticals is probably what I'll have it set at. But in terms of, like, you know, pretty decent, I guess, leader skill as well. Extreme type, key plus 3 HP attack and defense increase of 100, not 100, but 80%. And then increases the giant form capability by 1 slot, you know, basically 1 chance. You know how the giant form category leads work. And then in terms of, like, the passive skill, it's where things, you know, I think initially when we first read it, I was like, is this serious? You know, because basically the passive skill is for every attack received, attack and defense increase of 30%, max of 300%, and then when HP is 80% or below, low chance of becoming transforming into a giant form. But yeah, 300% toward both attack and defense for every attack received. You are going to see a hell of a difference, and it's going to be very, very interesting to see how this guy performs on the Extreme Super Battle Road. It's already pretty I wouldn't say easy, but it's you know, it's not too bad on the extreme physical type setting for Extreme Super Battle Road. So with this guy, it's probably going to make it an absolute joke, my guess. So it'll be interesting to see how that turns out. But yeah, this is going to be a couple, like 3 very, very good Dokkan Awakens, and also a new DokkanFest Goku, you know, Kaioken Blue Goku unit, which is, you know, also very good. So things will definitely heat up. I don't know what they're going to do with the celebration itself, but it should be pretty good, and we'll see what goes about it with that. But I just wanted to cover it. I think in the in-game news it said the preparation time will begin on March 30th. So, you know, I would say April 2nd, around that time, is probably when the banners will drop. I think the 2nd is on a Thursday. Of course, we have April Fool's stuff coming out, you know, pretty soon, so we should expect at least a full day just for that stuff. But outside of that, we got some things coming up, which is, you know, certainly a good thing because it's been kind of dry lately. So hopefully you found the video helpful and actually enjoyed watching it. I do appreciate you watching, and yeah, I'll catch you guys later.